G'day, Dave here, the Enlightened Plumber, with today's quote, which is, "Your time is limited. Don't use it living someone else's life." Your time is limited. Don't use it living someone else's life. This is from Steve Jobs. I like this quote. This is another great one, and it's very impactful and very deep. So let's get to this. So, your time is limited. Well, this is a reference to our physical body aging, in the fact that we get born in our own lives, and throughout the progress of life, we die. And at any particular point in time, it's actually very small. And it doesn't matter whether you may be someone just in school or someone partway through their career or whatever, or even like the multi-billionaires or whatever, right? It doesn't matter what you do with life or where you are in life. You only have 24 hours in every day. And the reality is, as dark and horrible as it may sound, each day could be yours or my last day. No one knows what's going to happen today or tomorrow. We only know what's happened in the past. We can't tell the future. We can predict it, we can think about it, we can dream, we can do all sorts of things, but we only have this moment right now. And it is limited. So the idea behind that is, as people, we should be living every day to its fullest, to the most maximum, to whatever else. And so, don't live your life being someone else or living someone else's life. And what does that mean? Well, the classic normal flow for people in life is that we get born, we grow up, we go through school, we go get our whatever education we need, we go out, we get a job, and then we work in that job or multiple jobs until the lovely point in time where we retire, and then we spend a few years relaxing and, with any luck, enjoying life until eventually we pass on. Now, the concept there is that most of people's lives are spent in education or working, and that is fine, providing that you are enjoying every moment of your life from the point you start that education to the point that you retire, where you then supposedly have all this money, wealth built up that you can then do what you want, relax and enjoy the rest of it, and ideally be healthy at the same time. But what's commonly heard about is the fact that, well, people go through school and some enjoy it, some love it, some hate it, some do it because they're doing it for someone else. This is the first part of living someone else's life, is that piece of education. Oh, the classic one is, I have to go through school and become a doctor. I've got to do pre-meds and then med school, and then I've got to go do an internship, and then blah, 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 whatever it is, and come out and get my doctor, my MD qualification, and off I go. And, well, that's great if that is what you want to do. But I've heard, personally, in the last few years, a whole bunch of stories from various people who've gone through fully and become doctors and are doing that as a career, and others who've got partway through that and said, you know what, forget it, this isn't for me, I'm out. But there seems to be a lot of pressure, certainly in going through the doctor stream, the medical doctor, of people doing it because that's what their family, that's what their culture, society, whoever they're hanging around is telling them they need to do this, because by doing this, they're going to become someone and they're going to have a respected life. But if that is not the journey for that person, that's not the right one to be on. And that is where, because they're doing it for someone else, they're going through this education stage, living someone else's life. Not a great thing. The next point is coming out from whatever education and getting a job. Well, once we're in that job, are we doing this job for ourselves because we enjoy it, because it is giving me or you the opportunity, the finances, the resources, whatever, or even just the time to go off and do things that we want to do for ourselves, and that's how we're viewing it? Or are we doing it because we have to pay the bills, because we have to do this. If I don't have this money, if I don't have, whatever, then I'm not considered successful. And that could be through keeping up with the Joneses, as the saying goes. It could be keeping the family happy, keeping friends. Oh, you're doing that for a job, that's great. There's lots of people who have certain ideas that a job, a fixed level, a title, or whatever means something. Well, if it means something to you, awesome, go for it. If it means something to someone else and you don't care about that, but you're doing it to keep someone else happy, you're living someone else's life. And that's what we don't want to do. So the idea with this is figure out what you want to do with your own life and do it. Make it happen. You don't have to make a sudden change right now and ruin your entire life, but there's nothing to stop you at this point, if that's not where you're at, to look around, find options, figure out how can I change, how can I move around, how could you change your life around or do certain things in a different way to get you into the new life that is going to make you happy and give you what you want. So with that, your time is limited. Don't use it living someone else's life. From Steve Jobs and myself, Dave, the Enlightened Plumber, have yourself an awesome day. Take a close look at your life right now, and if you don't like it, change it. Take care. See you on the next one.